First emerging in Hong Kong in the 1940s as the local answer to the British custard tart, the egg tart, or Dan Tart, quickly became a Hong Kong afternoon and breakfast time favourite. And now there are literally hundreds of places around the city that serve them up. With all this competition, there is fierce debate on which establishment holds the distinction of serving up the best egg tarts in Hong Kong. But a name that always seems to be at the forefront of this conversation is Tai Cheong Bakery. This quaint little bakery in Central has been serving up its original recipe egg tarts since being established all the way back in 1954. And today it's considered by many as the egg tart king. In this episode, we're going to head over to the bakery and try their egg tarts to see if this place lives up to its stellar reputation. This is Sam Eats It. Hey guys, thank you as always for joining me. The history of the Hong Kong egg tart, it's believed, can be traced back to the city of Canton, which is modern day Guangzhou up on the Chinese mainland. And back in the day, Guangzhou or Canton was an international trading hub, and it's believed that British traders and officials in the 1920s started to bring with them the recipe of a much loved English traditional food, and that was the English custard tart. From there, it's thought that local Cantonese chefs got the recipe and kind of tweaked it using more readily available ingredients, basically swapping out custard and butter with lard, milk and eggs. And from there, the recipe slowly trickled down to Hong Kong, and the Hong Kong egg tart was born. Upon arriving in Hong Kong, the tarts were a bit of a delicacy and tended to be served at high-end Western-style restaurants. It wasn't until the post-war period and the advent of the Chan Chan Teng, the Hong Kong cafe that aimed to do a local twist on Western food at affordable prices, that the egg tart surged in popularity to become a favourite of the average Hong Konger. And it's still that way today, with literally thousands of these things being gobbled up every day. So there you go, there's a little bit of history. Now let's go in and try the egg tarts at this renowned place. I cannot wait, I'm actually quite hungry and in the mood for something a little bit sweet. Let's do it. Hello, can I get a one egg tart and one egg tart? One, please. 2 in total, yes, please. Thank you, thank you. Thank you very much, thank you. Thank you. Okay, so we've got our 2 egg tarts. We went for the 2 that they have on offer, the original short crust and the flaky puff pastry crust version. I can't wait, these both look and smell delicious. Interestingly enough, Tai Cheong Bakery is said to be the innovator, the originator, the first in the city that came up with this short crust egg tart recipe. So I'm going to try their headliner first. I'm going to try this Hong Kong egg tart with a short crust base, and we'll see if it lives up to all the hype. Let's do this. It smells delicious. Oh my God. It's pretty good, pretty good. Let's first off talk about the crust. It's biscuity like a English meat pie, like a short crust. It really is. Biscuity, it's firm to start with, but then your teeth just sink into it after a bit, it just gives way. And it's lovely and it just crumbles in your mouth. Oh, and then that filling. Oh, let me have another try. Oh my. Lovely and smooth, silky. It's not too sweet, interestingly enough, and I think they've done that on purpose because the crust is super, super buttery and moorish, and I think that the lack of sweetness just allows that crust to shine. So that's an interesting tactic, but it's absolutely to die for. Oh my gosh, this is just, it's incredible. I could happily eat these all day, every day, if it wasn't absolutely guaranteed to make me unbelievably fat. But it's just, it's a work of art, that is incredible. So beautiful, without a doubt the best, definitely the best short crust egg tart I've tried in Hong Kong. Yum. Ah. Okay, next, let's try the more crumbly rendition of the Hong Kong egg tart, the puff pastry crust version. Let's try this. It looks just marvelous, doesn't it? Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, let's dig into this and see if it's anywhere near as good as its short crust predecessor. Let me see if I can get it out of the tin first without absolutely destroying the thing. Okay, first thing I'm noticing, this is a little bit harder to handle, which isn't a big deal. It can be sometimes part of the fun, having a messy dessert. You're gonna get crumbs everywhere, so definitely have a plate or keep the cup under for this one. Pro tip. Oh, that's lovely. Again, so nice. You can't help but feel that the pastry, the puff pastry here, is just a little bit sweeter than the short crust. And it's nice. It's nice. The crumble's lovely. You know, it's everything that puff pastry should be. I've got to say, overall, yeah, I think I prefer the original. But don't get me wrong, even though the short crust headliner is definitely the star of the show for me, this is no mug. It's a damn good egg tart, and you're not going to be disappointed if you buy this and try it. So that's it. Egg tart 2 of 2, absolutely destroyed, eaten, gone. And I'm really sorry if I've got crumbs all over my face here. It's just part of the game when you're eating these things, especially when you're eating the puff pastry egg tart. That thing is so crumbly. But we've been here just 10, 15, maybe 20 minutes, less than half an hour anyway. And we've seen quite a few people going in there, picking up an egg tart of their own. And I mean, it just shows that this place is a neighborhood hotspot, and for good reason, because these are absolutely damn good. I'd even go so far as to say excellent egg tart. Certainly the best short crust one that I've ever had, like I just said. But speaking of hotspot, they're on little hot plates on the glass panel that you can see them in the display cabinet, and that keeps them warm and it gives them that fresh out of the oven feel, that X factor that you don't get otherwise. So I definitely recommend, if you can, buying these and then eating them soon after to get that, you know, that extra bit of warmth and creaminess and silkiness in the pudding. So I have eaten up, and I think I'm going to go back in there and get myself a few more to take home, because yes, I'm that greedy, but I can't recommend this spot enough. If you're in the central area, it's a must to come down and try one of, if not the best egg tarts in Hong Kong. That's all for this time. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time, and Sam eats it. And that concludes our time at Tai Cheong Bakery. We hope you enjoyed this episode, and if so, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and feel free to let us know where you want us to explore next. See you again soon, and until the next feast, take care and stay hungry.